I told my sister she was being either selfish, stupid, or an incredibly strong combination of the two if she thinks her daughter will want a stupid name like Crystal with X's. We got into an argument and I told her I already see her and her husband as shitty parents for using their kid to be off-brand with her name and left right after. My sister is not taking it well at all, and my mom is furious at me. I'm starting to wonder if I was too harsh. I will not change my opinion on that incredibly stupid name, but I'm wondering if branding her as a shitty parent was too far.
I'm going to go with that analysis. I think calling her a shitty parent was going too far. I don't love the name Crystal with X's, just fully transparent.
It doesn't look good when you see it.
Not my cup of tea.
This is what it looks like.
Don't love. It looks like an element on the periodic chart.
It does.
It does. You know, it looks like a typo.
See my best friend kissing my dad on the neck, and when they both saw me, they jumped off the couch right away. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. It was sent to me on Instagram. My best friend said, "Oh, you're finally home." And my dad literally just walked toward the kitchen like nothing had happened. My best friend walks toward me to give me a hug, but I stop her straight in her tracks. I asked her why she was kissing my dad's neck. She laughs and said, "Of course I wasn't." And then I said, "I just saw it." And she said that she was just thanking him for all the stuff my mom and dad do for her. Right, I was not buying it. My dad didn't even look me in the eyes after that. I decided not to question her any further, but I was really angry with my best friend. After that, I was totally convinced that there was something going on between them. So I decided to set a trap. I told my mom and dad I would be at work all day and that I would be home really late. And I told my best friend the same thing and that I wouldn't be able to hang out with her. I knew that my mom would be at work all day, which meant that my dad had the house all to himself. I said bye to my dad, but I sneaked back into the house and hid in my room all day. Then I started hearing voices. It sounded just like my best friend. I opened my dad's bedroom door and there they are on the bed doing the dirty. Disgusting. My husband told me he wants a second wife. We are practicing Mormons and my husband believes that he deserves a second wife. When we first got engaged, I told him that the only way I would marry him was if he did not take on more wives. We've been married now for 6 months and he's already begging me to get a second wife. Part of me understands why he wants it, but the other part of me thinks it's just gratuitous. No man needs more than one wife. I met a few single women at church and he's been flirting with them nonstop. One of them in particular has been flirting back. Everyone in our church knows that my husband is not allowed to have another wife. This one girl keeps trying to get into our lives. She basically shows up everywhere we do and she's always trying to catch his eye when we're at church. I found out a dirty little secret about her. A few years ago, she used to be a stripper. Wife threatened her to stay away from my husband. If not, I would tell him that she was a stripper. She actually told me that my husband wouldn't believe me and that she was going to marry him anyway. I caught them texting and she was telling him how lonely she is. I told my husband that she was a stripper and he said that he didn't care. That she needed saving? What the heck should I do now? I don't want to say. I walk in on my dad and my best friend doing the dirty. They had no clothes on and they were doing it in my mom's bed. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. It was sent to me on Instagram. Because I am so intelligent, I recorded the whole thing on my phone. My father had the audacity to yell at me and tell me to get out of the room. I said, no way. Best friend starts dressing herself frantically, begging me for forgiveness. Then my dad tells her to keep her mouth shut. Well, I don't hesitate for 1 second and I send my mom the video that I just recorded. My dad pulls the phone away from me and throws it at the wall. Then he starts trying to negotiate with me. He said, if you don't tell your mom, I will never do this again, I promise. Told my best friend to go downstairs and wait for me on the couch. My dad starts putting on his clothes and by the time he's done, my mom is home. Of course, my mom went off on my best friend telling her how ungrateful she was. She asked my dad for a divorce. A few days later, I get a message from another friend. She tells me that she also did that with my dad. Since then, 4 other women have told me the same thing. They all go to college with me, so none of them are underage, thank God. My dad is begging my mom back, but she doesn't know what to do. We're both.
So I had a pretty bad injury to my thumb and I bent my thumbnail back, which peeled it away from my nail bed. It didn't break. If it had broken, it wouldn't have peeled back. I left it for a few days covered up. And as you can see, when I took the bandages off, the polish and the nail was in perfect shape. So I was happy with that, and I felt a little bit wimpy, but it is quite bruised at the bottom because of the stress that it put on my nail bed, and at the top where it lifted away from my nail bed. So I thought I was over dramatic a little bit, but I soon realized that it had started to grow back on because I had wrapped it so tightly, but it had lifted quite a ways off of my nail bed, so therefore that's why I had such excruciating pain. I trimmed it down so that I wouldn't bump it again. It's a weird feeling when it pulls away from the nail bed, so I trimmed it down to keep it from getting knocked, and I wrapped it up again so that I wouldn't catch it on anything. And then I took it off after another couple days and trimmed it down again, and voila, here's what I'm left with. Now I wait for it to grow, and I'm going to trim it and then wait for it to heal.
No, but I am gonna tell you a mini story time about something that happened to me a few weeks ago. Okay, you ready for the chisme? Okay. So like 3 weeks ago, I had this really sharp pain in my stomach. It was so fucking bad. Like it was so bad to the point where I couldn't walk, and it was on the lower left side, or sorry, right side of my stomach. Now with me, I wait until like I'm to the point where I'm dying to go to the hospital. And throughout the entire week, I was in really bad pain, and my boyfriend kept telling me, go to the hospital, and I didn't want to. So then this one morning, I felt so sick, and I was in so much pain. I was like, you know what, I'm going to the hospital. Now nobody could take me because everybody had to take like their kids to school. My boyfriend was still at work. He gets off at 9. I was like, I'm just gonna drive myself. I hop in my car and I start driving to urgent care, but then I was like, wait, what urgent care am I going to? I didn't know the exact address to the urgent care, so like I pulled over on the side of the street. I'm parked next to a sidewalk, and I'm on my phone looking at the address. And for some reason, I looked up and I seen this man.
Story time about how I caught my dad doing the dirty with my best friend. Disclaimer, this is not my story time. It was sent to me on Instagram. My mom and dad have been married for 30 years. My dad started modeling when he was really young, and he still does it to this day. Every single time that I would bring a friend over to my house, they would always talk about how cute my dad is. It never annoyed me at all because I was so proud of my dad, but it really bothered my mom. So out of respect for my mom, I would just tell my friends not to say anything. My mom is definitely the jealous type. My best friend and I have known each other for about 3 years. She was the new girl at school and we became friends, and ever since then we've been inseparable. She always comes over to my house, we have sleepovers, and my family really likes her. My mom even takes her shopping with us and buys her tons of stuff. She always comes with us to get manicures and pedicures and facials as well. A few years ago, my mom told me that my dad wasn't faithful to her, and it really upset me. Basically, my mom couldn't trust him at all. And ever since then, I've kept an eye on him as well. One day I came home early from work. I see my best friend sitting on the couch with my dad. She was kissing his neck. When they saw me, they got...
Watch me do my crusty dusty nails while I tell you a story time. Before I get into the story time, I want to let you know that I'm launching this Easter bundle March 25th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. It includes these 5 beautiful pastel colors I'll be using throughout this video. So with that being said, let's get into the story time. As you all know, I used to take clients about 2 years ago. I had this one client, let's name her Bella. Bella would always ask me if she can film the whole process of me doing her nails, and of course I had no problem with that. She told me it was for her YouTube channel that she's gonna start soon. Me being supportive, I told her to record whenever, like I don't care. So one day Bella asked me if she can record my nail room, and of course I said sure. I thought it would be a cute clip in the video. I didn't really think much of it, but then I checked Bella's story like a week later. Bella posted that she's starting to do nails, and on her next story she posts her nail room, which looks identical to mine. The funny thing is she never started that YouTube channel, and she was just recording to copy everything I have. Should I be flattered, or is that creepy?
The thing about doing nails is your nails will travel, but you just might not. And that's okay. Get your money up, sis. So I wanted to talk about this bit right here. Get this on Amazon. The way it cleans up the cuticle, like my retention is so bomb. It's there, so don't play. Also, that cover flamingo from YN, that's for sure a dupe for Bad and Bougie. I did a fill on Bad and Bougie with this over, and honestly, I couldn't tell the difference, nor did my client, so, you know, we rock with it. I really preach on this 2B method. The way this cuts down your application time, I feel like all nail techs should be practicing a 2B method. Obviously, it takes time to get there, but I think that should be your goal, because once your application is done in less than 10-15 minutes, you're good. Okay, so as soon as I'm done with application, I go straight in with this bit. I seal my cuticles, and I try to shape the nail as much as I can to my desired look. Obviously, don't worry about the sides, but just smooth everything out. To achieve a sharp square, I start at the very top of the nail on the side walls, and I let my file blend to the bottom. So I don't file the bottom and the side walls at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, you slowly, gradually get to the bottom so it doesn't look coffin or, you know, wonky. And then just do whatever design you're gonna do, and voila!
My boyfriend took his shirt off in front of me for the first time. My boyfriend and I have been together for 8 months, and he has been hesitant to take his shirt off around me. He was essayed by one of his uncles from the age of 9 until he was 13 years old, and the trauma he has is still there. He never took his shirt off as a kid and gets really uncomfortable when people touch him. He didn't let me hug him or hold his hand the first month we were together, and the first time he asked for a hug I nearly cried. He is the most handsome man in the world and has the biggest heart imaginable. I'm happy to be his girlfriend. He is really into fitness and goes to the gym almost every day. He started working out when he was 15 as a way for him to take back control of his body, and he really enjoys it. He struggles with anxiety and considers me and the gym his safe spaces. He has really nice body and works hard to maintain his physique. Last night he came to my apartment and was complaining about being sore. We were laying on my bed watching TV and he kept moving around and trying to get comfortable. He fell down some stairs 2 months ago and sprained his AC joint, and yesterday was the first time he has been able to work out that shoulder. He was really uncomfortable, so I asked him if I could rub and massage it for him. He shut the idea down, but I assured him that he was safe with me and I would not do anything to him he didn't want.
We have a new client. So she's already here. She got here like 35 minutes early, which is totally cool, but I was having lunch. So I'm gonna go out there and get her and then we'll be right back. Thank you for coming. Have a seat, girl. This is for you. You can hang your purse there. Your outfit is everything. I'm living. Thank you. The cutest. Go ahead and have a seat. Let me check you in real quick. And I love the nails that we're gonna do today. It's a vibe. So on the picture, I know you said it's glitter on top, but it's an ombre, reverse ombre. So it'll be like a nude. I don't know what color of base you want of nude. I'll have a few and I'm gonna swatch them for you. I don't know if you want more of a pink nude or a skin tone nude.
Whatever you think is best.
Okay, and what about your glitter? Do you want silver or gold or?
The glitter that's in it's like kind of like a silver.
Got you. Yes. Go ahead and let me see your hands real quick. OMG!
I just took my nails, like the nails that I had. So I used to go to this nail salon and I got them done like May 25th, something like that. But the tops of them were just like so like thick, and I was like, okay, these gotta go. They gotta go.
Stop it. Did you take a picture of them?
I didn't take a picture of them, but I have some photos. Like,
let me see.
They're not the best photos, but they were just not it.
Was it like a regular in and out salon? Or was
yeah.
It? Okay.
Yeah.
Girl, it's super hot outside. Do you want a water or something?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, cool.
Like, if you just look, they're super thick at the top, and I was just like, this is just not.
And the cuticle either. It's so uneven.
Yeah, it was so.
Oh my god. No, I'm gonna make you look good, girl.
Okay.
Let me see you real quick. And then, are we doing that same shape?
Yes.
Nice.
Like every time I ask him for coffee, he has more squares. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should try almond shape because I feel like they feel like they fit my hands better. Because I had this dance thing for my school, and I didn't have any nails on, and I didn't have time to go get my nails done. So
what do you mean dance thing?
It was just like so they called it a morph dance. It's like prom spelled backwards.
Okay.
But it was for like Valentine's Day and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So like, and then I had like a Sweet 16 to go to after. So I was like, okay, like I need some fake nails. So I just put on like these little almond shaped nails with like a glitter at the top. And they were super cute. And I was like, okay, wait, these actually fit my hands so much better than coffin shape.
I love that.
And then like, I see you all over my For You page and I'm like, oh my god, I wish you lived in San Antonio. And then...
And here I am.
I looked at your page and I was like, wait, does that say San Antonio or am I just seeing things? Like, what?
I freaking love it. The fact that I'm really like, I have social anxiety, and seeing everybody's comments on there that they have a social anxiety, I was like, stop it. I thought it was only me.
Yeah, I was so nervous to come because I was like, oh my god, like she seems so nice on camera, but I'm just like, I'm scared.
I know. What if it's fake? What if she...
Yeah, new people just scare me. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I saw a comment of somebody on one of my videos, and I think it was a guy, I don't know, but he was like, the nail tech is so cringe. I feel like she's just acting like that for the camera. And I was telling one of my regulars that, and she was like, if they only knew you're like hella loud and this is just how you are. I'm like, this is literally how I am. All right, girl, let's pick your size real quick. What are we doing? What do you normally go with?
I don't know. I really like the length of that. Just
that's
maybe
really
like
small.
A little bit longer. So like not like too long, because then my mom would be like, your nails are too long, and I'm just like. Oh.
Okay, this is a 4 right here, and then I have to shape it afterwards, so you have to keep that in mind. Do you want? Are you sure?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Because the one on the picture, I'm just gonna guess it's gonna be like a 3. But if you want to go just a tiny, tiny bit longer, a 4 would be perfect. I do think this is a really good size.
Because like I don't want to be too short to where they look weird, but I want to be long enough to where like my mom's not gonna be like, they're cool.
And the flames will look better too.
Yeah, because I told her, I was like, well, she's like, don't get them like too long. And I'm like, I'm not, but you also have to realize like the design is gonna look weird if I get them too short.
Yeah, so I'm thinking this nude pink, because you're really light complected. I feel like it's gonna look super beautiful on you. And then on the picture, it's not glitter, it's chrome. But if you want glitter, I'm thinking let's do this one.
I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I trust you fully, so.
I got you.
You feel like rain in the morning, giving me mixed emotions, and it's too much sometimes. Mix the potion, mix it up, girl, put it in motion. Are you burning or dying? There's no compromising. Make up your mind, we're running out of time. It's so hard to try, but it feels one-sided.